Hi, and welcome to Music Industry City's Monday Kickoff, where we offer up important tips for a successful career and get you motivated for the week ahead. I'm Peter Schwinge, and joining me is my fellow co-host, Ayesha Adamo. If there's something you'd like to chime in about, let us hear your thoughts in the comments below. So what do we got today? Let's see what's on the agenda. Removing clutter from your life to help your career and creating your own world within the world. So it looks like we got some good topics to cover. So let's get to it. Have you ever found yourself spending too much time in your cabinets or drawers, pulling excess items out in an attempt to find the one useful thing that you need at this precise moment? Is your closet overflowing with clothes that you keep neglecting to wear? Do you look around your office, recording studio, bedroom, living room, and think, wow, I have a lot of stuff? Today, I'm going to talk to you about decluttering your life and how that will help you to have a more successful career. For most people, this is not a space issue, it's a stuff problem. We all know the term spring cleaning, which usually entails a weekend of going through tons of items and making decisions on what to discard and what to keep. This typically ends up with leftovers being thrown back in the closet to deal with the next weekend and the next weekend after that, and then forgotten until the following year. Who wants to or has time to do that? What if there was an easier way to declutter your life to help you be more successful in your career? I'm not suggesting to go full Marie Kondo or adopt a minimalist lifestyle overnight. I'm simply stating that slow shifts are more sustainable than radical change. Once you start decluttering the world around you, you'll feel that fresh and creative energy flow throughout your life again. So let's get right to the main points. Why should you do this? Fewer distractions help you focus on your music career. It'll save time finding stuff and give you more time to achieve your goals. Gets rid of clutter that doesn't add value to your life. You'll do less impulse buying, even with those on-sale items. You'll save money by spending less on stuff you don't really need, and more room for meaningful items that add value to your life. The more you're able to view the details of your career without the distraction of clutter, the more clearly you'll be able to see the career path you are meant to be on. So, what is the criteria for getting rid of something? Simply follow the rule of quality over quantity. Does it serve a purpose? Does it have real sentimental value? Do you love it? Do you need it? Do you want it? Does it represent your current identity or lifestyle? Do you have 2, 3, 4, or more of the same items? I'm looking at you, coffee mugs, computer cables, and Tupperware. You know what I mean. Now, let's talk about what you can do with your discarded items. Simply throw them in the trash? How about donate your clothing or household items? Let your friends know you're getting rid of stuff. After all, one person's trash is another person's treasure. Neatly put them in the street in a box labeled free stuff. This is a common sight in my neighborhood. Organize a clothing drive with your friends? Well, what about musical instruments? Well, how about giving them to your local school or asking a friend if their children would like it, or sell them in an online marketplace? But if you have other suggestions, let us know in the comments below. So how often should you do this? In short, every week, but for today, I'm going to challenge you to throw 3 things out. Start off with getting rid of 3 items this week, just 3. Then 1 item every week. It doesn't matter the size. And finally, if you follow this process, it will become second nature to regularly evaluate your space, and you'll soon find yourself discarding an item here and there on a weekly basis and begin to feel free from clutter. Unless you're a hoarder, this should be a simple task which can be done throughout the year and the rest of your life. I'm Peter Schwinge, and that's something to think about. Ayesha. Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you doing, Peter?
Good.
That was a great segment. I mean, especially for someone like me who is in Clutter constantly. I am hoarding ostrich feathers like a drag queen, and that's just the feathers. So,
I was just about to ask you, how's your studio? Because I know, because as a director and filmographer and like all that, cinematographer, like direct, like everything, you are just have stuff all over the place. But
yes.
it's somewhat organized to your own workflow.
It's organized to my crazy stuff is everywhere, and I know exactly where in the pile it is. I have this radar for it now, but yeah, I need to take your advice very much. So I'm
All
just going to
right.
admit that to the world.
Well, I know you have something to talk about because like everything like, and especially like clutter and the tumultuous environment of the world, you were talking about creating your own world within the world. So it's like declutter and then create your own world. So, what's your take on that? So I'll let you ride.
Well, I mean, sometimes and right now, our world is so tumultuous. It's crazy out there. I mean, you can hear that guy outside, right? It's totally crazy here, too. Um, and we need to remind ourselves that we actually create our own little worlds within the world. I feel like this is something that creatives really excel at because we know how to move into the mental world that is our creative place. In many ways, consciously creating the mindset environment that surrounds us is no different from creating a song or writing a story or even from any activity that we get so drawn into that we lose track of time. With the caveat, I'm not recommending going into the rabbit hole of the internet and losing track of time. That being said, I find that in times like these, when the goings on of current events can be an assault on the senses, one of the best things we can do is to just first pause and acknowledge that a lot is going on, but that it's not, at least usually, happening to us personally in the present, in the here and now. Taking this moment to notice the separation between all that's going on out in the world and what's immediately going on with us is key. Next, building from that, I like to take a moment to realize and state to myself that my mind is separate from all that, and that my mind is free to move as it chooses. I really think that this is something that we don't remind ourselves of enough. We can take back control of our own mental space by first reaffirming that our minds are our own, and ultimately control what gains entry or what doesn't. It's like we're the bouncer that enforces the door policy of our own minds. And then after that, I like to notice something that's going on right in the moment, right in the room around me, something that's pleasant, that I'm enjoying. This could be the scent in a room. It could be the sunshine coming in a window. Something that tells myself, I'm actually here, and this is okay. And after that, I like to ask myself what I'd like this moment to be, what I'd like this day to be, or this week to be. And from this place, we can redirect our thoughts and then our actions to anything that interests us. So, ultimately, we control what we focus on and what's in our minds. We create this little world within the world and the focus of our lives. So I hope you'll try this out this week.
I love it. It's that I love the analogy of the bouncer.
Yes.
It's, you're in charge of what you're letting in and what you can refuse. I mean, but there are a lot of external stimuli that, can still sneak in and find a back door and everything like that. So, but I think it kind of falls under that category. It's like control what you're able to control.
Yeah.
And at that point, then it's like, well, if you're able to control what you can control, then you react differently to the outside, the non-controllable items, and you have more energy to work on like handling how you handle that.
Right. I mean, it minimizes the spaces that need damage control if you're on top of that list at the front door. If you have a strict door policy, then the backdoor stuff is not going to be so difficult. I know that's inviting some kind of kinky joke talking about backdoor stuff. So
It's the internet's somebody's going to troll in there.
welcome. Welcome.
Bring it on. All right. Ayesha, thank you so much. That was fantastic. And we're going to move on from here. Thank you. And that's going to be it for today. Okay, that's going to be it for today. Thank you for tuning in. If you want to continue the conversation, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And you can also find us out more at musicindustrycity.com and on your favorite podcast player. I'd like to thank once again Ayesha. Ayesha, hey, there you are. Okay, so once again, thanks everybody for tuning in, and I'll see you next week.